morning we're going to play two numbers for you. The first one is titled March Militaire Parade by Neil Song. And the second one is titled Aztec Fire by Jay Volko. Right?
Did you have fun playing? I hope you did. In fact, everybody, when you perform, there's always a little bit, I don't know if pressure is the right word or not, but whenever you're performing, it's not an easy thing to do. And you have, there's a lot of concentration that goes on, and you're really trying to put a lot of energy into it. But I hope at the end you're really having fun performing. Because we sit and we spend so much time, all of us, in the rehearsal room, right? You're working this piece and you're trying to get this thing going, and you're trying to get this part right, and you're trying to make sure that everything stays together, and you're trying to make sure it's in tune, and then you get the performance, and that's when it actually, you kind of get the feel of the music. And we're in this really to make music. It's as obvious, but we're not in it to rehearse the music necessarily. That's a necessary thing we all have to do. It doesn't get good without practice. But you got to enjoy the product when you get there. And the way it sounds when you get this wonderful large group of musicians all together, putting in that energy and having some fun, doing some really fun music. So congratulations on that, and I hope that you enjoy doing it. You look good. Thank you for looking in your black, looking good in your black attire. Great professional looking there on your seat. So it's good. And I know that's something you have to think about, because it's not what you wear every day. So way to go. It sounded good. There's a lot of wonderful things happening in this band. I love to say, is this all ninth graders? Combination? Yeah. Well, there's a different sound when you get a larger band, and I appreciate having all the instrumentation. I mean, it's a larger group than what's been on stage so far, and what happens is you've got different colors to work with, and you've got a different, I'll call it, palette of dynamic things that you can do. Everything from individual soloists to really some big things that are going on, which is really exciting, and you got to enjoy the fact that you've got a really big band. I appreciate the string bass in here, or the electric bass that's on the band. It helps out with the tuba thing. The tuba's very sensitive. Yeah, I got it. Because it helps the pitch a lot, And there are, even in the most advanced wind ensemble compositions, there's quite frequently, it's usually an acoustic bass, but it's a similar part that's actually written out that's in there. And so a string bass is a part of the band, and it does that a little bit different sound. And I know it really helps the sound on the bottom to bring it out. And when you have a big band, that whole bottom is a really, really important thing. So, way to go on that. There's many things that we could work on. I'd like to go to the March Militaire first. We'll spend just a little time on it. I don't know what, look at the time. What have we got for time? I'm going to go for a little bit here anyway. We'll see if you can do it. Okay. A march is, any kind of march is a very band thing to do. I mean, there are many people in the world that will say that the second that you hear the word band, they think of marches, right? John Philip Sousa, hey, probably the most famous band guy ever. Still, everybody heard of John Philip Sousa, I hope? Probably haven't played a lot of his marches yet, but he absolutely is the most famous band guy that ever. He's known as the March King, all right? He lived after Strauss. Started after Saint-Saëns here a little bit. Actually, Strauss was the last band. But it was written in a march style. And one of the things with the march style that's very, very important, and it's sort of obvious, but it has to do with the tempo that has to be established. Because a march is a march. It really is written to have a very standard stock tempo that stays constant all the way through, so that if someone were marching to it, it's right there. And so that feel has to be, hey, we've got this is the tempo. I'm not gonna change it no matter what. It's all right here. It's like a rap. Now that may be a slightly different tempo, a little slower, I think, than maybe what you played it, but that whole idea of staying relaxed. Even when we get to the exciting part, trombones, you get the melody in here all of a sudden. And the trombones get the melody, that's a really good thing. But you're so cool on it, and you're playing it so well that whatever the melody is, I don't have it in front of me right now, but I'm not rushing or anything because I've got this tempo going right through my brain. It's not going to change no matter what. Beginning. Ready? Solid times. And I'll say this too, Saint-Saëns is a classical composer, all right? And sometimes with classical music, we're going to say, in fact, it probably might have been originally written for a military band, I don't know for sure, but sometimes it's not done as loud and as strong as you might think in some of your band pieces. So let's go at the beginning. Take your forte down to what you might think is a mezzo forte and just go boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Begin. 2, and it's about the tempo. Good, way to go. That felt very solid as far as the tempo. Now the other thing that's really, really important in marching is actually, the style, and has to do with the accents that are there. And if you look really carefully, Saint-Saëns or Swearingen, and I bet they're in Saint-Saëns original as well, writes more than a few accents in this thing. Boom, boom, boom. You hear that? Boom, 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 as opposed to bum, 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 ba ba bum, ba ba bum, bum, bottom. Boom, 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 ba ba bum, ba ba bum, bum, bottom. That's what it is, all right? And if you shoot for those accents, it starts to bring this style in that everyone goes, hey, that's a pretty cool march. Beginning, slightly softer, a little bit more air on the accents. 2, and 1, and 2, here you go. Right there. Again, and it's not a cut, but it's something that everybody always has to be trying to figure out, well, what's my part? Well, what happens is it's all this brass at the beginning, even though the women still have some stuff that's a big sound. It goes to low clarinet and alto sax. And so you guys become, hey, you know what? We're still important, but we are totally becoming a part. So, it's played very subtly, smart piano. So the clarinets can go boom, 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 boom. So let's check balance wise. 13. You ready? Everybody's in. Quite a bit softer. If you don't think you have the melody, there's still a lot of energy. Accents come back, trumpets, all right? You played it really well, but it came in kind of da, 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 da. Boom, boom, boom. Punch the accents with air just a little bit, and it'll be a little more exciting, okay? This is same spot. 2, same spot. That was better. Play softer. 13. And 1, 2, go. Cool! Good, way to go. And you guys have worked on that part really hard, I know it, because it's all of a sudden you get a melody that sounds so good. You have to, the natural tendency, every time you get to a part that you like and a part that's louder is to rush. And so that's what you try to do, is you try to hold back a little bit. Yep, pick a ball. Good sound, but not rushed. Okay? That was better. Boy, that soft playing is really cool. Accents, accents, accents in that. Can we do the end of the Aztec Fire before we're done here? Because that was exciting and fun. And I want to do Before the Piomoso. Is 48 work? Let's go 48. And again, what I'm going to say more than anything else, because you guys sold the excitement to me on this. This is really good. Percussion did a good job hanging in there on all those parts, despite just scrambling to try to get everything organized back there. I want you to try to save it just a little bit. There are times when it's marked fortissimo, but you're kind of going for the end. And so if we start 48, you're going to say that you have one little hit at 54 that's going to be pretty soft, and then you're going to watch the dynamics that you have so that it builds and builds and builds to the end so that you've got the end of the tune that's just going. Sa! That's so exciting. All right? We are at 48. You ready? And we will go faster once you get to 62. 48. Let's see a good tempo. Is that a good tempo? Here we go. 48. 2. And go 1, 2, 3. So if you can get the contrast even more, and yes, it says forte, you guys, at 48, but the real spot we're going for is 54. And we've got our big statement at 54, and then even 56 can come down, so let's start it softer. Ready? Here we go. 48. 1, 2, and energy, but not too loud. Let's do a trill. Now build it. Hit it. Don't always know what's happening as far as the instrumentation in the band. They wrote no dynamic change at 62. I'd see a fortissimo again like 5 bars after 62. I think it's got to be a little softer so that I can build it there. Otherwise it's just shouting at me the whole time. And that can't work. This is 62. Back it down, shoot for your big point. 62. 1, 2, and not so loud. Okay, now build. Down. That was exciting. That was fun. They like it out there too. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for performing so well. Enjoy your musical journey. So much music you guys have ahead of you. Way to go. Congratulations on the day.